Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 158.
158 de Mario. It's me. It's Mario. It's big shot time. It's big shot time, boys. We're going to put our big shot pants on because we got a big shot guest.
I got pants on.
Do you?
I do.
You're not going to let people in behind the curtain, let them know that you constantly do this show pantless?
No.
You have pants on or shorts?
I have pajama pants on.
Lululemons?
Of course they are. Tapered.
Do they have feet on them?
Winnie the Pooh.
No, that would be awesome.
Dude, I had Winnie the Pooh ones when I was like 4. I still remember that.
Remember that feety pajamas when you were a kid?
Those are the best, though.
These, I will tell you, I have no idea how long I've had these. But it's at least a couple decades.
Pajama pants?
Yeah, I like to lounge around the house.
Nice. Yeah. Like
I
flannel?
don't sleep in them. I don't sleep in them, bro.
Oh,
like
okay. So, okay. All right.
So these are the pants you wear before you take your nightly shower?
I already took my shower and I put these on.
And were they fresh pants or had you worn them yesterday?
No, they were fresh off the shelf.
Oh, what do you got, a pipe and a scarf too? You just have lounge clothes? Like, what the hell is this? It's like this is the stuff you would put to go to bed.
And the funny thing is I wear it for like an hour. And then
it makes no sense.
I know.
So
I will rewear them so much.
Will you wear it a second day without washing?
100%. Yeah, I wear these things for like a week. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We got them for an hour.
I only wear them for an hour.
My goodness.
I don't know. You're weird though, man. I could see you being a lot.
I could. Like during the summer, no, it could be like an hour and then it goes in the hamper.
Okay.
The things we learn about each other on this show.
How you guys doing?
Doing great.
We're doing good. I can't call you Deshaun, but if you were Deshaun, it's us and FIU.
What's his name?
Hey, there's Deshaun. There's my boy.
Heatherman? Is it Heatherman?
Yeah.
Heatherman.
Get with it.
I can't remember. Okay. Behind the curtain, I can't remember his name.
Why can't
he's like the guy from FSU for me.
Oh God, no.
Oh, we have another one. Early onset dementia. Here we go.
I can't remember the guy's name.
Bell.
I remember Hegsmith before I remember Heatherman.
His last name was Bell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not Raheem though.
You have to know the DC's
Are
name.
you sure it's Bell?
Opening of
spring. And we got a new defensive tackle coach, not even like a defense.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We get rid of a DT coach, we get another DT coach.
Yeah.
But this is an alum.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm happy.
Speaking of let's go.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. 2001.
Speaking of let's go.
Yeah.
I think we should head on down to Greentree.
That's well done, guys. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Right,
Who did that last week? Who gave me a let's go last week?
AI Scoop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just the let's go.
Yeah.
I might have done it.
I think at the end, Jenners gave us the hey-o.
Yeah, but we all turn into sloth from the Goonies when we do that.
True.
Like,
Yeah, we go extra like sloth when you're not here. I don't know. It's just extra hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
So yeah, man, we got Damione Lewis is coming home. He was with Colorado defensive line coach. He will work with the tackles. Going to be teaming up with Jason Taylor.
I did see that they're pretty upset about losing him.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the nature of the
take
business.
it for what it's worth. I'm just saying they seemed upset considering their defense went from really, really poor to pretty decent last year. And I think it started up front. So I think they're a little upset about it.
Be a business move for him too, because now that Dion doesn't have his kids there, I mean, how much traction does he have left there? How much tread does he have on the Colorado Buffs tire? I don't think much. So get ahead of the curve. You're in a lot more steadfast, locked in position. Miami's a lot more competitive in terms of NIL and in terms of, fielding a respectable product on the field apart from Shedeur Sanders. So I don't know. Good move. Way to come back home. One of our own.
Listen, I'll say I think that position hasn't been coached well. I think for the amount of talent we have the fact that we can't consistently get pressure with just 4 guys has been annoying the last couple of years. And I'd like, and obviously JT's not going anywhere. So maybe Damien can bring something to the table that'll help in that regard.
Well, something's amiss there because you just said it, but I feel like Jason Taylor is going to be up there in terms of being an ACC recruiter. We might touch on that later. So you're bringing in the talent.
That's
so
what
it's
I'm
not
saying.
a talent acquisition thing.
Yeah.
So now you turn around and at least focus on the defensive tackle. So they're going to have to communicate well. I honestly think in the system that we're bringing in with Coach Heatherman, like you're legitimately going to see people just get upfield in a lot quicker variety. I think we're going to be able to cover a lot better with how you revamp it. I think we're going to have an uptick as far as our defensive line. You're going to have an uptick on defensive in general, but just the way we watch that system on student of the game, I think they're onto something. We'll see what happens.
We've mentioned this. We're really good, really good at a certain thing, and that is doing less with more. Better than anyone else in the country. We've said it for a long time. And you're right. The guys have come. You had 2 5-stars last year because Lightfoot ended up being a 5-star as well.
Justin Scott.
So, potentially even another 5-star at that position with Blount. So you've got 3 kids in last year's class that should absolutely feast this year. If you think about it, you got Bain back, you got Messidor back. Like that is a line that if they let them pin their ears, and maybe it just wasn't in the scheme per se, although they were better the year before, more productive, I would say. To the eye test, maybe. Stat-wise, I'm not sure. They just seemed a bit more aggressive 2 years ago. Maybe this defense does, as Rose says, give them the ability to get upfield quicker, be more disruptive, off the ball. And look, I want to see these boys get after it. And I didn't even talk about the 2 kids or 3 kids they brought in for this year's class. One of them ended up being a 5-star at the end of the season. So yeah, pretty exciting. That's going to be. I think if the defense is going to have an uptick, yeah, you're going to have that coverage in the back end. We know we went crazy in the portal, and you had the best portal class in history of getting defensive backs in, and they're all going to play. It starts up front, though. They know it starts up front, and I think that's a nice hire with a good group of players there. And I think JT will get more out of them this year. I do. I may be wrong, but I think they will.
In order for them to, it's a real simple formula. You just got to cover the quick. If you can cover the quick, you're gonna meet at the QB, right? It's like you can have the best defensive line. It's like having the best dinner that you can have, but if you don't make reservations for the table, you're never going to be able to eat it. And I honestly think it's a correlation to how well the secondary could or could not cover. But if they could cover quick, those guys are going to eat longer. I promise you this.
Ro, you made reference to it. Defensive line coach Jason Taylor, offensive line coach Alex Mirabal, and wide receivers coach Kevin Beard all finished in the top 6 recruiters in the ACC in the 2025 class rankings. And basically, Miami had the number 1 staff in the ACC. They're recruiting at an incredibly high level. Just need to start seeing it consistently pay off on the field and develop them.
Yeah, 10 wins. I mean, you developed them well. It just came down to a systematic failure when you just kind of had a system that got rigid and couldn't adapt on the fly once teams kind of adapted to you. They have what they need. They have the necessary pieces. I believe that they got the recruiters. You can't be on Mario's staff long-term, boys. You can't be on Mario's staff long-term if you're not going to recruit at a certain level. I mean, he's the closer. He's ABC. He's always going to be closing, and that's Mario Cristobal. We know that he could do that. But if you don't even get a cold call in his direction, he's not going to keep you long-term. So it does not surprise me whatsoever that he has surrounded himself with the best recruiting coaches in the ACC, and that we're certain dominance. So it's not made its way to the field, but we've asserted dominance since Mario Cristobal's gotten here in terms of ACC recruiting. Yes, sir. It's not. I don't even think it's up for debate. He's asserted his dominance as a recruiter in this conference.
He's pretty much lifted up his leg and just peed on the entire conference. Like, this is my spot.
And speaking of lifting up our leg and peeing on
the ACC like a fire,
like in terms of peeing on somebody, hey, it just passed, but we kind of put it out there into the universe a couple days ago. It was 210 day. I hope you tagged and celebrated it with one of your Seminole buddies and friends, because it was February 10th is now forever Florida State Day.
Until they have a 111 day.
111.
Bro, it was so amazing because we kept just picking them. Scoop was first. I'll admit that. Scoop's like, they're losing. Florida State's losing. I think I had them winning close, right? Maybe Georgia on the points. Yeah. And then after we saw them against Georgia Tech, we just went on this string. Yeah, they're going to lose again. They're going to lose again. And we were never, like, if we literally would have bet with BTB, If we would have bet with BTB, we would have retired handsomely just off picking Florida State to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they really messed up that whole thing.
Really did.
Could have had him at 1-11.
Yeah.
And then now January 11th would have been Florida State Day. We can only hope.
February 10th will be around for decades.
Yeah. It's going to take at least 10 years for them. That's I say tragic things like when Will Smith walked up and slapped Chris Rock in the mouth, right? Protecting his bald-headed peanut, right?
When he stench, man, you can't get rid of it.
He protected his bald-headed peanut, and next thing you know, that's 10 years. They'll tell you, like leadership groups, they'll tell you a bad mistake like that's going to haunt you for 10 years. Going 2-10, 10 years. My cohort toast is absolutely right. Enjoy it. February 10th.
Listen, you don't want to be in Atlanta on March 28th. 328, 28-3. That never goes away. That still happens here.
It's true.
That still happens here.
Does it? Oh my God.
Yeah, everybody still gets blown up with tweets from Patriots fans. Hey, happy March 28th, Falcons fans.
My God.
And be honest, when you saw like Philadelphia kind of jump up on KC, you didn't. I still was. They're gonna Atlanta Falcon this. At a certain point, I didn't think, and then finally it got to a point where like, Philly's gonna pull this off. Wow, what a dud by the KC Chiefs.
Flying. That team was flying on both sides of the ball all over the place, just dominating.
Hey, using a strategy that has worked against even Tom Brady for years. Get your front four to play absolutely possessed. Mm-hmm. Like convince those guys. I don't know. You like amp them up on and put cocaine in their mouthpiece. I don't know what you do, but you just get them to be adrenaline junkies for that game only. You say, you four get after Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes, whichever one you wanted. And that's the blueprint. If you could get after them with the front four, you win. That's exactly what they do. They beat great quarterbacks. Mahomes is still great. Still great. Don't get me wrong. He's lost a couple of Super Bowls, but it's not easy to win one Super Bowl. Hello, Dolphin fans, right? He's won multiple ones. Yeah, they kind of blew they blew the cash, but it is what it is.
I'm not sure
look, they weren't that good all year.
Right.
Like, let's be real.
A lot of close games.
I mean, the first 8 games when they were 7-1 or 8-0, whatever they were, they could have easily lost 3/4 of them. Mm-hmm. It came up and bit them in the ass. Like they just weren't that good, and they got exposed.
Yeah.
So we need Damione Lewis and Jason Taylor to put cocaine in the mouthpieces, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
they played like a bunch of wild and crazy dogs out there. Yeah, that's it. Might get some cocaine-induced tachycardia out there. Might have to break out the AED with some lubricating jelly. But you know what? Clear. At least we got 10 sacks.
Question.
Talk to me, Goose.
Just because you said jelly, so we're going on and off. Right?
Here we go.
You guys ever had was it bubble tea?
Yes.
So I have not, but I was told today that bubble tea is basically like flavored gelatin.
Oh, yeah, no, I know what
they
you're
like
talking
dump
about.
into a liquid, and it's like a weird texture. Like,
well, there's it's like bubbles. It's like, you ever go to like a frozen yogurt place?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You ever get those bubbles on there? It's like gelatin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Not a huge fan.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan listening to you.
Not a huge fan.
Not a huge fan.
Explain it.
All right.
This is how disconnected I am. I'm Googling it. I'm like,
yeah.
the hell's bubble tea?
Yeah.
No, I have heard of that. Though.
It's weird. The kids love it. But
yeah. Okay. That's what I'm saying. The girls' volleyball team, my daughter's volleyball team, they eat it up or drink it up. I don't know what you do with bubbles, but
it's half and half.
Bubble tea most commonly consists of a tea accompanied by chewy tapioca balls. What?
Chewy tapioca balls.
Tapioca balls.
Chewy tapioca balls.
Chewy tapioca balls.
Early shows
and early leaders
right
there,
man. Yeah.
Chewy tapioca balls.
Tapioca ball.
What do you want to know?
All right. I mean, the way this show organically names itself just never change. Never change. When's the last time you've had tapioca?
Better yet, I'm going to get a text from Rob after we tape the interview tonight going, why the hell did you call the show I was on Chewy Tapioca Balls?
Unless something comes up stronger as he comes on.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah,
we'll have some options.
Yeah, we will. That's
maybe
not
we give him the options because he's going to be on for a while after we do this. So maybe we give him the options at the end.
Yeah. We actually properly said who's coming on.
No, nobody's. Well, yeah, I announced it earlier today on the accounts.
Plural.
Yeah.
Robert Horry, folks.
Robert Horry.
A little bit.
Big Shot
Bob.
And you know what's cool? And I might retell this story when he comes on. I was totally playing with Big Shot Bob on NBA Jam back there. So I was like, hey, cool. You know. And he made all the 3-pointers. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it.
At what point, Ro, do you think a pinball machine will find its way back there?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't think so. It's just the way that this is configured in my office.
Okay.
I don't know. There's going to be one more game up there. I got one more room. Bye-bye, Grogu. Little baby Yoda. I got one room next to the NBA Jam thing. I got my eye on which cabinet. I'm not going to announce what it's going to be, but one more.
Now, do each of these games behind you only play one game or multiple games?
Oh, no. Multiple games.
Okay.
Like the NBA Jam, though, is really limited. They only have like 3 versions of it. But Street Fighter actually has like 25.
Who plays those games more, you or the kid, Franco?
Me all day. Franco's not going to waste his time retro gaming. He's in his room. He's got a PS5 from Jimbo and Club OBB.
There you
Still
go.
loves it, bro. That was such a cool moment. So Club OBB came through. But there you go.
All right,
and I'm going to Kansas City.
I might have to share a funny story with you.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I got a good story too, actually.
Oh my God. It's all right. Well, before we go to Robert Horry, we don't really have anything else to talk about down there, do we?
No,
so let's talk.
good.
Yeah, good. Okay. I'm going to read this to you. This is a post from one of my clients on
Google review
Instagram. Right? Okay. So she's a client of mine. She's an older client of mine, and she is hysterically funny. Right. And she's single. I'm not going to mention her name. So she's on some dating app apparently, and this is a little weird, but we'll go with it. You gotta wait till the end. Okay. So this guy who she's chatting with on a dating thing, right? She puts the chat on her IG, and it says, okay, this is from him. Excuse me, him. Okay, so please tell me you're open-minded, with a smiley face. And she says, I am. Why is that? And he says, you totally look like my mom when she was younger. And to be honest, that really turns me on. You might not want to know why, but I can tell you if you're curious. To which she says,
oh, no, this is not good.
This is so good. To which she says, ha, ha, ha. Well, this isn't your average opener. Pray tell. He says, ha. Well, first, do you have any sons? She says, I do, but I don't think you are one of them. And him, and do you know it's common for sons to fantasize about their mom? When I was younger, I would love blah, blah, peeking at my mom's cleavage while she was sleeping. And one night I was moaning too loudly and I woke her up. I swear to God. Hold on. It's really good. She says, wow, Keith, you're a Freudian wet dream. Hold on. He then says, well, it's very common for sons to get horny around their moms. Just most sons don't get caught moaning by their mom like I did. And she says, how long you've been out of the mental institution, or you're just on a day pass? He says, bye. She says, toodles. He says, stop messaging me. She says, word to your mother.
Oh my God.
Oh, the mic drop. Word to your mother.
Word to your mother. Oh,
She
so
had the Vanilla Ice jacket.
She's
It was-
so
yeah.
brilliantly demented. Like
that's hysterical. Hey, I've never had those thoughts about my mother.
No, it's like
Never.
I'm reading it. So she puts the stuff out like in the public. It's on her IG account.
Because
And
my
I'm
mom
reading
looked
this
defeated.
and I'm like, where is this going? And then I realized it was her account. And I'm like, this is not going to end well.
No, it's not good.
Like he picked the wrong
Really
chick.
not good.
This is really not good.
He sounds like David Spade. We've covered that, right? That sounds
Yeah.
like David Spade when you play that audio.
This is really bad.
Yeah, no,
It's
it
really
really
bad.
does, yeah.
I
Really
saw
does.
David. No, I saw not David Spade. Who's the other guy?
Tommy Boy.
Rob Schneider.
Oh,
Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey. I saw Dana Carvey get out of
Chopping broccoli.
out of a Suburban in New York, and he walked right past us. I was like, oh, that's Dana Carvey. Kenzie's like, who's that?
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. And she's like,
Mhm.
oh, let's wait till he comes back and say hi to him. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then the car drove away. And I was like, well, we're not waiting.
So much for that.
What was your funny story?
Not as funny as that. I ran
Word to your mother.
I ran into I guess this person would be viewed as like a cuck.
What?
I'm pulling out of Costco at $5.95, which is always a cluster.
What a mess.
Just
Oh
a
my
Go on
God,
Tuesday.
That place.
Go
Oh,
on Tuesday.
God.
I've been told go on Tuesday for whatever reason. Tuesday is
That place will give you anxiety.
I mean, the
But we gotta get the muffins.
interchange. $5.95 interchange University is already a dumpster fire. You throw in freaking Costco in the gas station right there, where the right hand lane now is a parking lot because of folks waiting to turn in gas. It's just a freaking mess. Anyways, I'm pulling out onto $5.95, and before I do that, a guy coming out of Costco gas just barrels out and just cuts right in front of me. I just slam on my brakes, hit the horn, whatever. Yeah, of course I
angry
do.
horn, or like not angry
just
horn.
like a little bit of like 2 seconds.
Okay, that's not angry enough.
So
All right, go ahead.
to be a borderline between, not a little toot, but yeah, I was ready. Anyway, so we both get on to $5.95. I go ahead and I pass him, and just as I don't even look as I pass him, I just had the middle finger up in my window as I go by, and he's in a blacked out Suburban. I pass him, boom, he slows down instantly and slams 2 lanes over right in back of me, flips on lights.
Mm-hmm.
Not blue and red lights.
I was gonna say you got yeeted.
Fucking orange and white. Like, what are you, a TC?
Was he a contractor?
A contractor?
That's not.
He's following me, and I'm like, you think I'm gonna like pull over, bro? Like, what do you think? Like, I'm just like, wait,
That's highly illegal.
right? And then he's finally, because I'm getting on the turnpike, so he's got to stay on 595. So then he darts back over to the left. I was like, what sort of an idiot? Like, throws on his yellow and white light, like, oh, I'm Johnny Law.
Oh my God.
It's like a construction, like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
He's a foreman.
Actor, which is fine, but yeah.
Oh, we got
nothing against foremans. They run the show.
Yeah,
but
not denigrating the foremans and the
this guy.
contractors, but come on, bro. Like, really? Like,
So-
I wonder if people did that with it. Yeah.
And you don't know who it was. You just
idea.
generally are calling him a cuck.
Basically, yes. Because I'm like, who does that? Like,
Okay. I thought it was like he was gonna I thought you were gonna talk about this was Nevin Shapiro.
no. Yeah. License
No,
plate did not say
that's a
I'm cuck or
cuck.
anything,
You know? All right.
Oh shit! All right, let's. I'll tell you,
that could be a title. That could be a
let's,
show title.
Let's talk about our friends. Bange.
Bange.
981 roof, y'all. 561-305-954. It doesn't matter. That's
Been
the prefix.
been out to 2 of my clients' house this week.
Just this week alone, came out
Just
to
this
your
week
boy's
alone.
house. This is what you need. It's blue tarp season. Blue tarp season goes all year long. The Orange Bowl boys, we're on the off season. But the Bange boys, there is no such thing. Get yourself covered. And when I say get yourself covered, just have that number, 981 roof. Just commit it to memory like I have. And I don't remember anything, but I remember that number, and it came in handy because his name's Paul. And what do you do with Paul? Scoop?
Give him a call.
Yeah, because his name's Paul, and you give him a call. Bange.
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 MiamiHCS.com. Hurricane Team Store. Go there for your official merch for the University of Miami, either in person in Coral Gables or online at MiamiHCS.com. Promo code OBB24 in the store or online will get you 20% off whatever you want. And you can also get 20% off at Manscaped by using promo code OBB as always. So make sure, no excuse for you to have smelly balls.
Or big balls. Talk about the package.
The package. Beatingthebookie.com is where you get your packages. And you
So
can
this beating the bookie that cashed everyone for like almost like $53,000 on $100, right?
yeah, that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a
Or
couple
something
weeks
like
ago.
that.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Yeah. So look, you're into NFL is over now, but you're in the throes of hockey. You've got college hoops cranking up, and you're right in the heart. Still on the West Coast swing, by the way. Let's talk about, if you don't mind, because we do bring this up from time to time. Mr. Novak is having himself a trip on the West Coast. Finishes third at the Farmers 3 weeks ago. Plays himself into Pebble as a signature event. Finishes T12 at Pebble Beach. and now just made it in back to Torrey Pines because the Genesis, which is usually plays at Riviera, they moved it because of the fires. They moved it back down to Torrey Pines, 7,700 yards at that place. You believe that? Have you seen the rough there, Toast?
I have, yes. Stop.
But
I
look,
hate
3
people
weeks
so much.
ago, he finished third there. So back at another signature event, he and
So hold
Jeff
on.
having themselves a little swing out there. On the
What
West
does
Coast.
he have? Where does he stand in relation to qualifying for the majors?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
To be quite honest with
close.
you. Well, you can play your way in
Right.
with wins.
It's a wins,
I don't
right.
know. I don't know
the
if
rankings are like a
FedEx.
rolling 2-year average, right, or whatever.
I don't know if FedEx points play into any exemptions. He's currently 20th or 21st in FedEx, and up to 75th in the world rankings now. So, but I don't know. I don't know that exactly.
Just getting better every year, baby.
But then he's off next week, and then the Cognizant in Palm Beach, already the Florida swing. Anyway, beatingthebookie.com is where you get all. So if you listen to this, the Genesis on the West Coast. So if you listen to this bright and early tomorrow, you can still get the package for the Genesis. Right? Go to beatingthebookie.com. You can follow along for the free plays at beatingthebookie, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. Go. Make some money.
Everybody else is. His free play for the Super Bowl hit. He had Eagles over 1.5 touchdowns, which was plus money on the first half.
Oh,
and it hit. That was his free play for the Super Bowl. So congratulations.
I think anything with the Eagles probably hit.
Huh?
I think anything with the Eagles probably hit.
Pretty much, yeah. Apparently, though, a lot of the folks were going. A lot of folks thought this was going to be a, three-peat for Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, it was a 1-point line, right?
Yeah. I wonder how much Riley made on that.
I'll be in Kansas City.
They said three-peat a lot.
I'll be in Kansas City in 2 days, so it's not going to be as joyous this time around. I was there last year, right after the Super Bowl, and this time,
joyous. Yes, no way. Oh God,
whatever.
All
Laid
right.
an egg.
Do we have our man ready there, Jenners, or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
So are we? Oh, is Kansas City? Is Arrowhead in Kansas or Missouri?
It's in Kansas City, which is Missouri.
Well, no, it's Kansas City, Kansas as well.
Right, but it's
right there.
The Kansas City, the
Missouri.
Royals in Arrowhead are in.
Okay.
Arrowhead anymore, but yeah, those are in Missouri.
Because it's literally right there.
Yeah.
It's like
that's why
on the
they're
river,
talking,
on the border.
Kansas might be making a pitch to bring them over because the stadiums are now in flux in Missouri.
Interesting.
Yes. So.
See, it's a valid question.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I didn't know
So,
that.
Something just came across my Twitter feed. I'd like you guys to weigh it in. So is spring football dead? CBS Sports has learned that college coaches are considering NFL-style OTAs as a replacement for spring games amid roster tampering and injury concerns, and it's been pushed hardcore by Manny Diaz.
Got no issue with that.
If you
He just doesn't want his
deprioritizing
kids to have to
spring
try and
ball, the
tackle.
incentive for guys to be in the portal early December is reduced. Maybe more guys playing the bowl then. Easier to move the portal.
I don't mind, bro, because let's be honest, spring game's never been a huge deal down here. So I mean, like if you're at Ohio,
That's been a Lockhart staple.
I know. I mean, if you're at a place where they're drawing, SEC where they're drawing 75, 80,000, it's a whole big tailgating thing. Yeah, that's fine, but that's never been it down here. So Lockhart was the closest thing we came, and that was what, maybe 10 grand.
And that was when Rick's first year came here, and we were looking at like the wide receiver group, and I'm like, who are these dudes? They look like they should have been on a bowling team. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was tough times. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not really a big draw for us down here as University of Miami fans. And I see what they're saying, but they have the other avenue on it. Like, hey, you decentivize, some of these guys from, trying to hit the portal using this. Okay.
I mean, what is the
2 years fixes it overnight. Once you commit to a school and sign, 2 years.
What is the what's the I don't know, what is the positive aspect of having a spring game? It's late. I can't think. My apologies. You know what I mean? Aside from getting people to go, we don't really show up. I think the past couple of years when they had it at Live Pink. What's the name of that place?
Mm-hmm.
That
Lockhart.
place.
Yeah.
Lockhart. Well,
Messy Stadium.
it is a different stadium.
Messy City. I like it.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Only because the venue is pretty dope.
Yeah.
But aside from that, do we care about a spring game? I don't care about watching a spring game. Like it's you don't see anything. The only thing that we saw, well,
True.
I take that back. We did see last year. We saw an effortless Cam Ward.
Yes.
And we were like, and that changed me from my thimble to thinking we could actually win last year.
10 games.
Because that was as bad as easy as it could have been for him. Now, we also realized about halfway through the season why.
Defense was bad, bro.
I will say that spring game for when Josh Gaddis was OC was probably the most diversified he was probably all year.
That's true.
I'll just went nothing but downhill after that.
That's
Where
true.
is he at now? Where's Gadd? Is he still at Maryland?
Yeah,
No.
last time I checked. Oh, he left. He got fired again.
He did.
He got
He
fired.
got fired from Maryland.
Yeah, he did. Hold on.
All right, we got to look this up.
And where's Enos now?
Enos just got a gig at UCF.
That's it. UCF. There you go.
But not as an OC. He's a QB.
No, he's
coach.
like tight end
Yeah.
or something.
Working with Mal. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Miles Allen's gone. He's FSU.
Yeah.
Who's that? What's his name? Oh, what's his name is back at UCF? Ross.
Yeah. Yes.
He made that great quote. When you're climbing the ladder of success, sometimes you just need to realize you're already there.
Smoking like someone that went one step too high and failed.
Exactly. It was good. It was good.
It was good. But nice spin.
Yeah.
All right. So let's put this into what is this? Oh, that was beforehand. Let's put this into perspective. I believe this to be accurate. You went from
Michigan
winning the Broyles
to Miami.
to Miami,
Mm-hmm.
to Maryland,
To Maryland.
to not having a job.
Oh, he doesn't have one right now?
It doesn't look like it.
I'm
So-
sure he'll get hired like Incarnate Word or something.
It was four. Why was that the same? Get out of my head, bro. I thought it was going to do the same thing. That's where Patke went. It's the land of our misfit toys. Incarnate Word. When you're that bad, that's where you go. No, but you got to go back and think about this. Like, he won the Broyles Award, but then you
Maryland
look-
football and offensive coordinator Josh Gaddis part ways. That was
Yeah.
in December.
and he hasn't been hired. You got to realize that.
Hasn't been hired.
I mean, it took 4 games for me. It's student of the game.
Dude.
4 games, and I literally remember who I texted when I texted. He said, "How bad is it, Ro?" I said, and I texted, "He's a fraud. He's an absolute fraud. Like, it was fraudulent." So now you see that he won the They need to give it back. They need a Reggie Bush's ass, whatever it was. Well, I think Reggie got his back after, but like they need initially Reggie Bush's ass and don't give it back because my goodness, whoever was calling the plays, it's obvious it was not Josh Gaddis. So I don't know.
That's
I don't know. Yeah, something. And remember, Josh Pate was like, "Yeah, this isn't going to go like Miami thinks it's going to go." He said it, so he knew he had his ears low to the ground on that one.
Yeah, he knew that for sure.
Listen, it looks like in ACC news that the legal stuff is probably going to come to an end with FSU and Clemson wanting to lead. They've reworked the rights agreement, and there's going to be some more money in the pot. ESPN's coming to extend it a few years, so looks like
To their benefit.
solid for at least the next like 5 to 7 years.
I mean, they proved the age-old adage, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, because I believe the way that the new market is constructed or the new deal is constructed, like FSU and Clemson get a good cut of it because I think they were tired of coming to and Miami too, because they were like, hey, we're the bigger draws. So, and and the rest of the conference, because you would like to think that the rest of the conference would be like, oh, no, we're equal partners here. But when it comes to revenue, like, what's the alternative, boys? You're going to let us, because we're the bigger revenue draw, right? We're the bigger box office boys, or you're not going to have a conference. Which one do you want? And you really, you're speaking, and Scoop will tell you this: when you negotiate, it's the best. You have the high ground, Obi-Wan. When you have the leverage, those schools have the leverage because they're the box office boys. Can't say anything. Look what's going on with Oregon State. You thought they probably thought they had leverage at a certain. You don't even have a conference.
Listen, I think it was the fact that the ACC also did the Notre Dame thing where you're going to now play FSU, Miami, or Clemson, 2 of those teams every single year on a rotation. It was
When
just
does that start?
This year, apparently,
Yeah.
or maybe it's next
year. This
next
year's
year.
already done, right?
Which is good because you enjoy the revenue
might have
sharing of the other sports, and you keep your NBC. You have like you were dating two girls. You know what I'm saying? You were legit in an open relationship, and one of them wants a little bit more skin in the
coming
game.
from a Catholic school, that seems highly inappropriate.
Yeah, but if they become a Mormon school, is that okay?
What do you guys think about?
Yes, but they can't drink caffeine.
OSU.
They don't need caffeine. Talk to me.
Do
What
what?
did you say about LSU?
Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia to
DC,
OSU,
Ohio State.
DC, huh?
Oh, DC, Ohio State. I thought you said LSU.
Yeah.
Hey, good. Is he still going to keep that pencil behind his ear?
Yeah. It's a scarlet pencil now.
He can use the bathroom now, just like Chip Kelly used to.
Chip Kelly, 1 year.
Yep.
Gone.
Got his ring.
And where did he go?
Raiders.
Raiders. That's right. He went to the NFL. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he's changed. You want to talk about evolving. Remember when he was the Eagles head coach, he ran that spread up tempo, tried to put that on, and scored a lot of points in preseason. And after that, just fell apart. And he's not really a spread up tempo guy anymore. He just
So tell me, he is. Tell me, Toast, your opinion about Pete Carroll at the Raiders.
Listen, I love Pete Carroll. I think he'll do fine at the Raiders for a couple of years. My issue with and all Seahawks fans was that we just kind of went down a little bit and kind of leveled off. The defense was never what it was, and the staff just wasn't good. He kept hiring the wrong people. So yeah, but listen, I hope he has success. He obviously wanted to keep on. He wasn't happy that he was let go by the Seahawks. That he didn't get to go on his own accord. That was obvious.
I have a question.
They didn't yell at each other. It wasn't messy. But if you read up on it, he obviously was not overly thrilled with that. So,
iconic coach, made tons of money over the course of his career. One of those guys that has won in the college ranks and in the
only
pro
3
ranks.
Coaches have done that, right? I think so.
Yeah, not many.
Won a title.
Jimmy Johnson,
and
Barry Switzer.
Yeah,
I think was the other guy too.
That's it. Yeah, the 3 of them.
Yeah. So why hasn't he fixed his nose yet? I mean, like, dude, it's like this. I mean, and I'm not. Don't low hanging fruit, row. Why are you making fun? I mean, because you can fix it. It like it's not. That looks like you can fix. Your nose obviously got broke sometime during your life, right? But you can't tell me if you're a reporter. Hey, Pete, how's it like? At least the way my mind works. I mean, his nose is in left field. You want me to ask a question in center field, Pete, but I can't focus on it because your nose is way over there.
Well,
It's one of those things you get. Like Aaron Judge fixed his teeth. I mean, he was ratchet. Yeah. He like 2 years ago. He had such ratchet teeth. He fixed his teeth. You're a millionaire. Fix your shit.
That's right.
Yeah. Fix your nose, Pete. Fix your nose.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Probably why
understand
Seattle got
some of
rid
that
of him.
stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I like who we got. I like our new head coach. I don't know. I'm not overly excited about the fact that he said, "Oh yeah, I can win a Super Bowl with Geno Smith." I'm like, okay.
Who's your coach?
Is the old defensive coordinator from Baltimore, McDonald.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, he was good.
No, you just basically call him Old McDonald. Are we gonna bust out in song?
Fella.
Old McDonald, coach still Ravens. E-I-E-I-O. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
He's an old guy from McDonald. All right, old McDonald.
He's the old guy from McDonald.
Yeah.
Mike McDonald.
This reminds me.
Oh,
I have to make an amended statement.
Oh no.
Oh.
We talked a couple shows ago. The thing was around 5 questions. We were talking about fast food restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned, if you're going to go to anyone, I'm going to go to Wendy's. Nope. Sorry. There's a new king. There's a new king in town, boys and girls. Culver's.
Culver's?
Well,
yeah, they're starting to make their way down there.
You told us that they got one down by you, right?
Yeah, they got one on
and
commercial.
You like their burgers.
Damn, dude. It is. Yeah. It's good.
All right. So what kind of burger is this? I mean, out of all the fast food burgers, where would you rate it?
Here's the first thing is that when you get to the drive-thru, they say, "Welcome to Culver's. What can we make fresh for you today?"
Okay.
So they don't start making it until you order it because you then have to pull off. So it's not like a true drive-thru thing where like there's you're gonna have to wait probably about 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
It's like a char hut.
Oh, remember those?
Right?
They don't have those anymore.
Yeah, they do.
One on $5.95.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one's there. That one's still there, and then there's one in Tamarack still.
Yes,
I know the original owners of that place. I'm sure they sold it a long time ago. Went to high school with them.
Actually, no, there was a divorce there, so I think it was a couple brothers or something. And there was a falling
what's
out,
his name?
so they split apart.
Did they?
Yeah, because the one that was on University in Sunrise.
Sunrise.
So the two that are open now are from one of them, and I think the other ones were all closed. And
they had the other one on Pines and Flamingo. That one was there forever.
Yep. But yeah, there was some story behind that.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy. My business partner did financing for him a number of times.
Nice. There you go. All right. Jenners, what do we got going on with Big Shot Bob?
I don't know. Lakers tipped a few minutes ago, and he's still not on. So,
oh, boy.
I called him. I left a message, and I don't know where he is. I don't know what's going on.
Welcome to the business.
No, he's usually wildly reliable. He's usually always on time, and Spectrum must be pulling him in a few directions tonight or something.
Well, I got a giant bag of cashews from Costco.
Yeah, you got something.
Damn, bro.
That's fine. I have time. I may be asleep by the time it gets here, but I have plenty of time.
Yeah.
Nobody pulling me away.
No, I'm gotcha. All right, well, here you go.
Well, if you want.
Kane's Warning website with Fanside of our little network has some predictions for this year. Let's talk about them.
Oh, I saw that.
Carson Beck has a huge year and will be a Heisman Trophy finalist. While we don't think Beck is going to put up the same lofty numbers as Cam Ward, we do think he'll toss for 3,700 yards and 32 touchdowns. Not only that, but he'll be among the finalists for the Heisman Trophy as well.
Interesting.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree with that.
Those are playoff stats.
I agree with that. No, I do. I'm going to go back to the fact that you said you don't need Cam Ward to get in the playoffs, and we know that. You need a defense that can stop anyone. And if we have a defense that can stop more than anyone, look, I think the Carson Beck from 2 years ago was elite. There's no reason why he's not that guy again, right? Georgia dropped so many balls last year.
Number one in the country.
Yeah, Georgia was like the Miami Hurricanes that we knew over the last 20 years. Well, you threw it in a direction and you just assumed they would drop it. I think he's going to be great. I do think he's going to be great. I think he gets us to 8 wins instead of 7.
There's a couple bars you got to go over the last 3 years of quarterbacks that we have. Yeah, obviously you have one bar, then you have the Cam Ward bar. So you got to fall somewhere as close underneath that Cam Ward bar. The only concerning thing, and I can't get out of my head, and it's from like the leadership perspective, he's going to throw an interception. Of course you are. Everybody does. When you do, please be more like Cam Ward. Please. I don't even care if you study anything else that guy did all year. That was such an elite trait by Cam Ward, just throwing an interception. We can't tell you enough how bad that Cal interception was. That was the worst, atrocious interception I've ever seen. Flushed it like, corn in a toilet.
Do we know that Carson isn't that way?
No, I have seen him. He's not that way.
Okay.
I've seen him. I've seen him throw. I've pretty much watched every one of his interceptions last year. And everyone, it just got to a point too, and that was one of the things too with like TBD years ago, like when you throw that interception, you show that shot of him and he's kind of like sulking on the bench and, he's in his own head a little bit. It's just one of those things, if you're going to be like a shepherd of like wolves, right? It's easy to shepherd sheep. It's another thing to shepherd wolves. And one of the things wolves will look at, if you act like that, they're going to eat you alive. So one of the things that Mario Cristobal always said was he was an alpha of alphas. He was a shepherd of wolves. You need to kind of live in that environment, especially on the football field. That's one thing. I'm just saying it now. Okay.
So number 2, way too early prediction. They had Xavier Lucas leads the defense with 5 interceptions.
I like it.
Yep. He says that he is the pick to lead the team in interceptions in 2025, teaming up with Mr. Heatherman.
And OJ Frederick on the other side. That's you could have if
the kid from Washington State too.
Yeah. Listen, if that's the pick, right? And if that comes true and that rain, and then you already know what OJ Frederick, you're talking about one of the more elite secondaries in the country.
Both as sophomores, by the way.
So you get to enjoy them for Lockdown Island. It's not even, it's the Lockdown Archipelago at that point because it's more than one island. So that's impressive. Hopefully that comes true.
Love it.
And look, 5 as a corner, it's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's tough,
right?
It's tough. Safeties, because you
control, of course.
A safety can basically cover a field, an area, multiple guys. A corner, a lot of times, It's just focusing on the one guy. So by law of averages, you got to do that. You're right, Scoop. That's hard. That's lofty goals.
It's tough, and to think that you think they're going to continue to throw at him, so he's going to get 5. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's Toast. Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved. They're ready to eat in 2 minutes, and you can fuel right, feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor rice, fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. Lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Facto keto meals, I should say. I don't know why. It's been a long day for me. Don't worry. 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week. It's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto. There you go. Factor can also help you feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfast, grab-and-go snacks, and more add-ons. Here's the deal. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/orange50, the number 50 off. Use code orange50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code orange50 off at factormeals.com/orange50 off to get 50% off free shipping on your first box.
Oh man, he's fucking Rob's all dressed up and shit.
He's like a Lakerland.
Look at us. Who thought we'd be here?
I didn't. I need a cocktail. I see if you got one in your hand.
They're all drinking tonight. Yeah,
it's Whiskey Wednesdays. It's Whiskey Wednesday.
Hold on, this is bullshit because I usually get Rob in sweats and a t-shirt. We all got sexy Rob tonight.
We got sexy Rob with the purple and the gold too.
Hey, this is work Rob.
Yeah, this is work Rob.
Grab Luca real quick. Let's see what he's got going on.
Yeah.
Luca just made a jumper.
we have 7-time NBA champ on with us, Robert Horry. He is the star of Big Shot Bob. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday, wherever you get your podcasts like ourselves. Right now, also working for Spectrum Sports, doing the pregame for the Lakers, which is where he's there now. And I guess you kind of start off with that, man. The hell did you guys just do? You broke the NBA with this trade.
It was really, really weird. We all text each other. I mean, Rob and Harp was like, "This ain't real. This can't be real," because you don't let a star like Luka go. But when something like that happens, you wonder, like, there's something wrong with Luka that they're not telling us. Maybe the injury is worse than what it was, but it was a shocker. And the Lakers fans are loving it. The Dallas fans are hating it.
Yeah, he didn't seem to leave on like good terms with Dallas as well. But another man's kind of like bye trash is another man's treasure. So good luck. I mean, purple and gold reloaded too. So how do you see that kind of dynamic with those two, him and LeBron working together? Because even on that opening night, Bob, like they were literally talking like, "Are you going to get introduced first? No, I'm going to get introduced last." How do you see that? Is that going to be symbiotic or no?
That's funny. I think Luka had his one time getting introduced last. At the end of the day, it's still LeBron's team. Maybe next year if Luka can, win over the fans of the Lakers by taking them deep into the playoffs, he might be able to go last. But I think the dynamic might work. It's going to be really interesting on the defensive end. We're not worried about the offense. We know Luka can post up, LeBron can post up. They love to share the basketball, but it's going to be the defensive end that worries me because, Luka, LeBron, and AR together ain't the best trio of defensive players on the court. So I see they picked up, Lynn, a 7-footer, but is he AD? No. Is he a great shot blocker? No, but he is a big body.
How cool is it for you? I just thought about this when you're talking naturally about basketball. How cool is it for you to be in that space still as a second career, to be able to talking about what you got to do your entire life? You know what I mean? It's got to be pretty deep.
It's really special. I remember when I first had this chance to see a Laker game live. It was when I was in college, and we were out here for the NCAA tournament, and I got to watch the game live, and it just opened up my eyes, to a whole different world. Hearing Chick Hearn talk, and Stu Lance, and for me, growing up a Laker fan, never thought I'd play for the Lakers, and all of a sudden you win 3 championships with the Lakers. Now you're doing it television. You get to go to the games and watch them live, get to, meet the Buss family. It's just so surreal, man. And every day I thank God that I've been in this position to do all these things that I have done. And then top all that out, you got the icing on the cake, but this is the icing and the ice cream. You win championships with them, so you go down in Laker lore as one of the best ever to do it.
But you just didn't win it with them. Doing a few with some other people too. Just so you know, I don't know if you can see this over my shoulder, but I got an NBA Jam, like a full up arcade over there.
Yes.
And right before you came on, I'm like, I won't say what team you were playing with at the time, but I'm like, all right,
that's the Rockets. I know that's
Yeah,
NBA Jam.
it's definitely the Rockets. Yeah.
I have that I have that same machine. I have it in storage. NBA Jam, man.
And just before you came on, I teamed you up with the Dreams. So like, I was just making threes all day with Big Shot Bob. I'm like, all right. He's on fire.
Did you do the cheat code? Give me the big head.
No, you know, I didn't give you the big hand, but I gave you all the big shots. You shot like 52. Your percentage was through the roof.
Oh, thanks, man. You know, that's the one, that, and then the NBA Live that I'm on the cover with the Rockets and the Knicks is like my two favorite things that I can tell my grandkids now. Like, look, your pawpaw was kind of big time. Look, I'm in a video game and I'm on the cover of a video game. That don't happen to many people.
and you know what my nickname is? It was Big Shot Bob. That's what you should end with. You should be like, hey, you want to talk about big time? Ask me what my nickname was. Ask anybody in NBA. You know, talk about that. Like, it just how it happened, making those big shots. It's just when somebody said it, when was the realization? You're like, oh yeah, I do make big shots. When did that happen for you?
For me, I've always believed in myself, but I think it happened in the 95 Western Conference Finals when I hit a big shot. Tampa's win after I was 0 for 9. I was over. I made that shot again, and then we beat the Spurs, who had pretty much owned us all year. And after that, Craig Kilborn, you know, he dubbed me Big Shot Bob because of that one shot I made. And for me, there's a bunch of shots in my career that I made that not, you know, they're not talked about because it wasn't a playoff game. You know, playoff games are the most important game. I have a laundry list of shots that I've made, but I think for me, when you talk about, you know, big shots made, people remember the one, of course, against Sacramento Kings, and for me, it was also the ones the plethora of ones I did against Detroit Pistons in 2005.
Yeah, because it's not a long list of like playoff goatedness, right? Because it's Big Shot Bob for what you did in the playoffs, and it's Mr. October. It's Reggie Jackson. Can we think of another name? Like it's something special when you could do it when it matters most.
You know, it's that, to me, in all honesty, when you get a nickname that's anointed to you and it sticks, you know, so many guys give themselves nicknames like, oh, call me this. I'm like, who gave you that name? But, you know, that's
my mama.
And when it's related to what you do, it's so much, it's so special. And for people, it's so weird because I see people now, they just call me Big Shot. You know, I don't even think they know my real name. Hey, that's Big Shot, right? Hey, Big Shot Bob. You know, so it feels good, but it's just so weird because I was just coming through the airport yesterday and someone was saying Robert, and I like it wasn't even me. And I turned around, it was actually someone I knew because I'm not used to people calling me Robert now, just straight Big Shot.
Yeah,
well, they're not
and how great is that somebody else gave it to you? I didn't even know that
Yeah.
Kilborn gave that to you. That's pretty awesome. Is there a shot in history that you've watched or seen or lived in that wasn't yours that you would have liked to have been yours?
Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Ray Allen.
Which one?
One in Miami.
The Miami one? Yeah.
Ray Allen and the guy I almost got traded for, Sean Elliott. Anytime, you know, you got your foot just above the out of bounds line or, you know, going out of bounds and you still able to make the shot on your tippy toes, that takes some talent. You know, I know a lot of people say what the Reggie Miller did in New York was special, but you said it was just one shot I have to pick. It'd be either Ray Allen or the other guy I just mentioned. So, yeah.
Elliott.
Is there one that
we
was
won't mention
missed?
his name.
Is there one that was missed? All I'm going to take this a step further now. Because Jenner said we can ask all kinds of stupid questions.
Yeah, you can ask any
so
crazy
here we
question
are.
you want.
So is there one that was missed that you say, man, I'd have made that shit?
Me or someone else?
Someone else.
Oh, shoot. I don't know, man.
That's a tough question.
That's a tough question.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Sorry.
I know it's a couple when I was with the Spurs that I didn't get a chance to take the last shot. I said, see, if you went to me, I'd have made
there
that
you go.
shit.
See, there you go. That's good enough.
Yeah, I think about when, you think about in 2006 when I was on the bench and he had Dirk in the game and Dirk made a shot and we missed a shot to go to the finals. I'm like, see, if you'd had me in the game, I'd have made that shit. You got to come to me, man. You know, my history, my pedigree is what I do, and for you not to use me is crazy. So here's a funny story. I remember we were playing the Knicks one year when I was with the Spurs, and I think I was 6 for 7 in this game, and we need a last shot, and Pop takes me out the game, and I'm hotter than fish grease, right? And you see me pull my jersey out, my shorts and everything, and they catch that on ESPN, and they talk about it, how it's like, how are you going to take Big Shot Bob out of game at the end of the game? And that must mean something. I was so mad. We ended up winning the game in overtime, but I'm like, yo, man, you come to me, we don't have to go in overtime. So I had moments where, your ego comes into play. Where I'm like, dude, I'm saying to myself, do you know who the fuck I am? I'm like, you better come to me.
I didn't get this nickname for nothing.
Exactly.
That is funny though. Like, you take Big Shot Bob out of the situation for him to take a big shot.
Exactly.
Come on, Pop, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, do you think that, that was Pop's gift? I mean, he always, as a coach, he's a brilliant coach, but he always seems like he has that like little psychological twinge to him. It's just like he might be pulling strings. He's like the arch evil like Geppetto. He's pulling strings you don't want him to pull.
Yeah, he put a lot of strings when it came to me. It took me a while to understand who I was playing for and who he was. And so for me, I hope he gets better, man. Because from what I'm understanding, that stroke kind of hurt him pretty badly. But Pop was a great coach. What I like best about Pop, he knew it was bigger than basketball. When my daughter got really sick, I missed, I think, the first 20 games of the season. He told me not to come back until my daughter was out of the hospital. That was very special to me because, that was a life or death situation. Most coaches, when it did, they'd be like, oh, when you coming back? He put no pressure on me to come back, and I wasn't in no hurry to get back either. So.
So let me ask you this. You're 15 years, right? And you got
16.
16?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So basically almost every half your career, you're winning a title.
Yeah.
What were those other years like? How much disappointment?
Hey, it was very disappointing, especially I already mentioned 2006 year. It was very disappointing. But it's so weird. When I was my last year with the Rockets, you look around and you're like, we don't have it. We don't have enough. And when I got to the Lakers, my first couple of years, so we got enough, but we ain't smart enough. And then when we got Phil, I said, okay, we got everything. I thought we was gonna go 4 in a row. But, bodies break down. We got beat by the Spurs. They went on to win their championship. And then when I got with the Spurs, you look around like, oh, shit, this team is nice, too. There's nobody going to beat them. Of course, you get Dirk to have a great game in the year I just mentioned. But I was very, very lucky and very, very fortunate, very, very smart. I don't know which one you want to say, to be on great teams that had great chemistry. And that's one of the things that nobody hardly ever talks about with our team, the chemistry we had. We had no beef. We had no animosity. I know everybody always talk about the Kobe Shaq thing, but if you would have been there with us in the locker rooms, on the bus, they sat by each other on the bus, they laughed and joked in the locker room. And that's a true sign. Like when I was with some teams and I ain't like dudes, I wouldn't even talk to them. I just walk out the locker room. I won't be around this bullshit. But every team I've been on, we would hang out in the locker room after practice, unless someone had to, something on the agenda they had to do. But it was just great camaraderie, man. Great camaraderie.
The difference between Phil and Pop, just in general,
it's really nothing, man. It's like they're not afraid of who's on the team. A lot of coaches now, they won't yell at the star player. They put the star player on the pedestal like, oh, we can't touch him. I'm like, no, dude, take the plastic off of him. He's just a regular old couch because we all regular, we just come out and we play. And that's what about Pop. Pop would yell at Tim and Manu more than he would yell at anybody else. And I think the same with Phil. And that to me, as a player, you got to understand, you aren't above anybody else on the team. You might be making more money. You might be taking more shots, but you're not above anybody else on this team because we're all men. We all playing this game because we love it. We all playing this game as one to try to win a championship.
Is there no debate on who the best teammate you ever played with?
It can go back and forth, to be honest with you. It's to me, Shaq probably by far was one of the best teammates I've had. And I say that because he know how to have fun and he know how to turn it on. And a lot of guys, like, take Kobe, for instance. Kobe for a long time was just straight business. And as he got a little bit around, he became okay. You can have fun too with this game. And with Shaq though, Dream, he was just straight business. He didn't really talk that much, and so I got with Tim. Tim was just a weirdo, and so it's pretty much Shaq.
I love it. I mean, yeah, Tim kind of had that look about him. He was always looked like he was serious. Why so serious?
Playing video games, playing poker, talking about cars, Tim don't really fuck with you too much. But yeah, even though I talked about all of those with him, but he was still kind of had that wall up, like I don't really know about you. You came from a Lakers, you're an outsider.
Yeah, those demon deacons.
Let me ask you this. So you're part of something that I remember for my entire life as a sports fan. So I'm just going to make a statement here, and I want to get your reaction. Mm-hmm. So, Bob, the first time in my life as a sports fan that I truly believed divine intervention determined the outcome of a game, 1990 Sweet 16.
Tell me when I missed that shot.
No. Just the fact that Loyola actually, you guys shot 50% for that game. How did there was no business for Loyola to win that. For those that know, that was the Hank Gathers year, Bo Kimball. Had nothing to do with you missing a shot, bro. No, it was about the fact that that as a team, how the hell did you guys lose that freaking game?
So this is what happened. We slowed the ball down. I think the score at halftime was 22-23. And then in the second half, we kind of sped it up. But the problem was we only played 6 guys. Marcus Webb, who went on to play for the Celtics for a little bit, he hurt his back and he didn't play in that game. And James Robinson was out. And we'd have had both those guys. Yeah, Keith Aston was killing it, Yep. So we, in that second half, we kind of start upping the tempo. And I got tired. I remember that rebound. What's the guard? The rebound literally went over my finger like this because I couldn't get off the floor. And I looked back. He caught it at the free throw line, knocked down the J. We went down 1. And this was the first time ever when I knew I was a man on the team. Well, we in the huddle, and it was like, what play we gonna run? And Wimp was like, Rob, you inbounded. I'm like, fuck no, throw me the ball. I'm like, and they were all like, give Rob the ball. But I missed the shot, the buzzer to beat Loyola, man. But I really, I'm not saying we were going to win that game, but I wanted to use that next game as a measuring stick. And who that next game would have been against was them UNLV running
Rebels. Yep.
Yeah.
Man. With the towel. He was going to eat that towel.
Yeah. That was Grandmama. Huh?
I thought
that was Grandmama's year.
Yeah, that was Grandmama. That was 1990.
Yeah,
Grandmama.
1990. Yeah, Grandmama, Stacey Augman.
Stacey Augman.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won it that year.
They did.
Shark.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eating a towel.
No, listen,
Bob was telling that story. I immediately was thinking to myself, he's like, I got tired. I was like, it's Big Shot Bob. It's not 5K Bob. Right? That's what it's like. I'm fine with that. That wasn't your nickname. I got you. Yeah. It was destined to be something else.
Exactly.
The whole tournament was all about that whole, they were the Cinderella because Hank Gathers had passed away and Bo Kimball shooting with the tribute. But this game, the end was supposed to be against Alabama.
Yeah.
They played shit, man. You guys were beating them.
we had David Benoit played with the Utah Jazz, myself, Keith Aston played the Miami Heat. And a guy on the team that never gets talked about was Melvin Cheatham. He could have played in the pros, but he elected to play overseas because he was making more money than I was playing overseas. He was getting $1.5 million a year tax free. I'm like, damn, I need to go overseas to play. And we were loaded. If we'd have had Marcus Webb, I'm tell you, we'd been nice. But it was because I'm so you always talk about teams and you look at the roster and you wonder why they never won it. Alabama always comes down one of the 6 or 17. They come to the squad like James Robinson, Jason Caffey, Latrell Spiro, Robert Horry, and Roy Rogers all on one team. That's 5 pros on one team. We started one time like that, and we never won a championship or got past the Sweet 16.
Oh, insane.
What do you think of we'll shift gears here a little bit. What do you think Kyle DeBoer? How do you think that's going to go?
Oh, my goodness. You know what? The Alabama Mafia, that's that secret mafia down there. They're gonna be really observing him this year, because if he doesn't come out and get them back to the top where they used to be in, it's gonna be some trouble. But
you realize that's not sustainable, right?
Hold on. Listen,
hey, we all realize this.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm gonna put you on the spot because I have to. So going to DeBoer was like, okay, you go from Saban to DeBoer. That was like in your arena, right? That's like going from Phil Jackson or Pop to who?
Danny Ainge.
Danny
Some
Ainge.
bullshit.
I was gonna say Jason Kidd, but what do I know?
Yeah, there you go. That's some Danny Ainge shit right there. All right. Well, it's hard to follow a legend, though, Bob. It's hard.
It's really, really hard. And then, it's really hard when you got other schools that got the backing like Texas does, like Ohio State. Think about Ohio State had the most expensive roster in football. And then they take out number 1 receiver this year. I'm like, God dang, can you leave us something? Think about it. Ohio State is taking 5 of our best players. And so now they're going to be back at it again. Coaching Ohio State just got a new contract. But you know what? Sometimes it takes unnamed people to step up. And I think that's what DeBoer, he did. When he was in Washington, he made a lot of unknowns good. And when you don't respect someone, because these 5 stars, they think they the shit. But you get this 3-star that just been grinding and working hard to be a 5-star. Sometimes those are the best players that have, because they're gonna bring out the best of themselves and the people around them.
Well, he's getting his OC back. Ryan Grubb got fired from Seattle.
Yeah,
and is joining back. So I think that's actually going to be big, because they were together with Washington. So
look, the guy was like 96-4 his entire career in coaching. He'll be fine.
Yes,
I saw this today. I saw this today.
He followed Saban
on the Crimson Tide kick, but one of our friends beating the bookie, he's like, yeah, if I was going to put money on someone winning the national championship next year in basketball, it's probably going to be the Alabama Crimson Tide. So,
well, let me ask this: SEC, Bob, would you Alabama and Florida, man? Todd Golden, man, I'm loving him as a head coach. I think he's got something really brewing down there.
You know what? It's just so weird how strong the SEC is in all sports. Not football, not even baseball. But it's Florida is one of those things. Florida. It boils down to the facilities. Florida has one of the top facilities in the SEC. Texas has one, and the Alabama doesn't. If you look at Alabama facilities compared to like Texas A&M, Texas, all these schools, it can't compare. And so, right now, Alabama's been having meetings trying to get you a new basketball facility. So it makes a big difference on the facilities and the money you have. So it's going to be.
Have they been hitting you up
for some money out their damn mind? Because hey, I can't. Let me tell you something. If they would retire my jersey, or pay me for all my images and likeness they got running, I might think about it. But hell no, they ain't even recruit my damn son. So I ain't give him no damn money. Shit, what's wrong with them?
I agree.
He wanted to say something else so badly right there.
Yeah, I wanted to say F Alabama.
He did. I was waiting for it. I wanted it.
But I still love my alma mater, but I'm pissed off at them that they did not recruit my son. I'm like, I guarantee you, I'm the only guy that ever came from his school that had a son that could play basketball, and that school didn't at least say, hey, recruit them. I'm probably the only one, because you look around everywhere, everybody recruits someone's son to their school, and like that didn't happen to me. So that's the reason I want to say them. I'd be more to say fuck Oates. That's what I want to say. Fuck Oates.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, blood's still thicker than water. Yeah, and of course, I have a daughter, Bob, and like the SEC, she's early in her thing. She's very recruitable, but the SEC is just like, even the way they like attach to younger athletes and just how they do it and what they're on a different level right now. So it's not surprising that they're starting to like, take such a stance in basketball and football. They've had it locked down for years. So SEC plays on a different timetable. Boys, I got 5 questions too.
Well, I got one question for him. NBA. Who, Bob, do you think looks like we're getting really close at the end of the Riley reign down here?
Yeah.
He's an amazing 30-year run running this franchise. First, who do you think can fill his shoes? And is Miami a destination job for a GM the way it is for a player?
I think so, because you think about who would want to play in Miami. For me, if you step down as Pat Riley, first thing I'm doing is like, hey, Bob Myers, what are you doing? I said, hey, let's get you in this, because you can see talent. Guys around the league respect you. And that's the most important thing, because now you're respected by the league and other GMs respect you. Because think about it. If it wasn't for the relationship Nico had with Kobe and Rob, this trade probably doesn't go down. And this is like everything in this world is about relationships. And I think if you get someone like Bob Myers, who's respected and loved by the masses, that's the only person that I think that can step in right away and change things around. Because you think you got Tyler Hero, who's really good. You got Bam, that's really good. You got a nice little core. You just got to add some pieces and think about it. Miami. That's all you have to say.
And no sales tax.
What do you think?
Hey,
So
Rob
no
Jennings
sales
knows I
tax.
love
Yeah,
that-
no
I
state
love
income
that
tax.
slogan. No,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
no state
I
tax.
made him a shirt, no state tax, with the outline of the state of Texas on it. Yeah.
There we go. What do you think? Is this a crazy idea? Do you think that Spoelstra moving up and hiring someone underneath is a possibility?
That's a possibility also. But I think Spoelstra has a love for the game, but Riley did too. He has been his mentor. Who knows? This could follow. But who will now? The problem is now you got to find a coach.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to get a GM than it is to get a coach because there's so many coaches out there. And for me, Spoelstra is the exception, and everybody always like the copycat. Stop hiring these damn coaches that come out the fucking film room who don't know shit. They're so book oriented. Everybody, especially all those film guys that are on the pop, now they're fucking coaches, and they're terrible as coaches. And so you need to find some guys, some former players who understand the game, and the players can relate to not these fucking film room guys.
I gotta be honest with you. I love having Robert Horry on the show because he might be the only person on earth that cusses more than I do.
His kids have told him like, "Hey, you got to cut it down, Dad." But it's okay. It's a podcast. This is the brilliant.
That's
the
great.
brilliance of
I
this,
get
man,
in trouble for it all the time. So
no, because listen, when I'm around
you
my
call
kids,
me late night. This is late night, Rob.
No, I do the same thing. So like around my kids, man, I'm like I'm on point, man. I'm like vigilant on what I say and how I say it. But he obviously played at the NBA level. I didn't get to play that. I was on a minor league level pro. But like when you're in a locker room, it's just like that. It was like the sanctity. That's church, man. You say whatever you say. It's free range. You get to do it. It's one of the untouchable places on earth, and it just comes out, especially on podcasts. That's why I love this podcast too. But Rob, we're gonna ask you some random questions, boy. So let's hit the music. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Do we have? Where you at? Here we go.
5 questions.
Question number 1: if you had to defeat yourself, a carbon copy of yourself, how would you do it?
I would like agitate me because that's what the Kentucky used to do when I was in college. That's what a lot of guys would do, like just try to get me off my grind, my kilter, because that's the one thing. If you poking me, my whole thing is I'm gonna get you back. So if you elbow me, I'm gonna probably try to elbow you twice. So you have to agitate me to get me off my grind.
Me, it's just poke me in my neck, man. You poke me in my neck, I'm gonna instantly flip out. I got a phobia. I got a phobia, and I'm gonna fold like her. Like I can take the biggest haymaker. You can't really tell, Bob, because it's like the way the podcast is made. But my buddy just told me I got the head of a Rottweiler. I got a really big head. You can literally clock me in the jaw, and I'm not moving, man. I'm not moving. But like you poke me in the neck, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Hold on a second. Don't you? What's the thing about you sleeping and you can't have anything around your neck? You have to have something around your neck.
I have to have something when I sleep. I have to have something covering my neck. Yeah,
it's fucking weird.
Like a neck pillow
covering your neck.
Yes.
So strange.
I have a little gray pillow. I call it Gray Square. That gray square comes right up
Gray
underneath
Square.
there.
It's got a name. The Gray Square is a name.
Yep. Because the wife sleeps with a gray bear, and I have Gray Square. It's kind of like an inside joke, but now it's outside. Everybody knows. How you beating yourself, boys?
Oh my goodness!
How am I beating myself?
Probably your left hand.
Also,
that's the stranger. They're all right-handed, Rob.
Yeah, it's true. Sure.
If I'm
This is weird.
against my identical self, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out like a box of donuts and wait for my identical self to give in and start eating one, and then just attack his ass.
There you go.
It's just bound to happen at some point.
Scooby.
I'm going. Man, I don't know. It's a good question. I'm going with a bunch of cold hands.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, that's his OCD. He hates anything cold.
I can't anything cold. Cold hands, cold feet. Any of that shit touches me, and I freak out. It's like an instant trigger to get pissed off. Like my kids do it on purpose. They just like to see me angry for some reason.
Question number 2: what's the word you can never spell correctly?
Restaurant.
Oh, dude, that's my answer.
That is so good.
Why is it so weird? It's like so weird. I can't.
like,
That spell check just attacks my ass every time I do it.
Hey, the iPhones make you dumber and dumber because now I just said restaurant and let it spell it for me.
I still think it's so weird. That's my
mine
answer.
is necessary. I don't know
Yeah,
how many
that's true.
C's or how many S's. I never get it right. There's always too many C's in there for me.
I think it's 1 C, 2 S's.
It is
if
one
I had
C,
to
two
guess.
S's.
All right.
I was a
misspelled
math
sincerely.
guy in school. I wasn't a
Me too.
speller. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Me too.
What word for you, Scooby?
Ooh, did I spell wrong?
No, like that's the word that like you can never spell correctly. Yes.
So the funny thing is on the phone, as Rob says, anytime I type insurance on the phone, it spells it incorrectly. Like is the A and the N or the N and the A, they're backwards. Like every time I put it out there. So I'm like, well, this phone's fucking stupid.
Well, it sounds
I'm
like
blaming
you've
it on
been
the
spelling
phone.
it wrong for a long time, and the phone is adapted to
I
you.
think that's what it is. I think it's a bunch
I don't
of
think
bullshit.
it's the phone. I don't think it's the phone.
Apple AI is adjusting to your behavior.
Have you seen it? Have you seen the AI jump in your phone?
Yes.
Like I updated it 2 days ago or something, and it's actually pretty cool. Like so your notifications for the text gives you like this quick summary of what a long text is about. It's awesome, but it like is completely taken over your phone now.
Okay.
Yeah, but my friends know not to text me more than 3 lines. They know that shit won't
that's
get read.
how dudes. It's a thumbs up and okay. Like other than that, like you just tell me what you need to tell me. I'll thumbs up and okay. We keep it moving. Tell us what can't you spell?
Sincerely.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
That's a good one too.
How about what words you can't say properly?
I know where you're going with this,
well,
bro.
I
Like,
got one. Okay.
You know what? It's compartmentalized. It took me forever to be able to say
compartmentalized. That's a good one.
Compartmentalized. I had to really think about it. Compartmentalized. Yeah. And plus, you know, I can't say we always joke about black people saying you can't say the word ask.
It's
Breathkiss.
Don't worry. That's not. I don't even think that. I think that's more universal. My cousin's white. He still says axe, and he's a doctor.
But I always put a second R in probably.
Probably?
Probably.
Really? I've never heard you say probably.
Yeah. And I also and I will say milk instead of milk.
Milk? That's
Milk.
weird.
Yeah.
What about you, Jenners? What's your word? What can't you spell, buddy?
Oh, necessary. I tell you.
Oh,
I
you
can't-
said-
I can't
yeah.
never spell necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3. Put yourself in any sitcom. You can put yourself in any sitcom. You can define your role. I'll go first so I can clarify this question first of all. I think on the Big Bang Theory, I could have fit in just fine as an ER doctor. Just like, you know, I would be stupid to them because I was an ER doctor because these guys are physicists, but I could kill it on Big Bang Theory.
So hold on. So you're not filling in for an actual character on the show.
You're making
up a
yourself.
character?
Yeah, you could just be myself. You can use I'm Big Shot Bob on Seinfeld or whatever. So that's the question. I think I could be an ER doctor. My character would have been an ER doctor. I'd pull it off.
Due to the fact that I was on one of my favorite shows, Lincoln Lawyer. But it wasn't. It was only 3
you were on
lines.
Lincoln Lawyer?
I think for me,
When was
I
this?
have to be on something good. Like I'm really into this show, Paradise. And I think I could be on Paradise as a. Since you see my earpiece right here, I could be on Paradise as like a secret agent or a
be like a Secret Service
something
guy.
like that. You know, I
Yeah,
think
there you go.
I'm menacing my size and being tall. I always think tall people are overbearing and stuff. So yeah, I think that'd be my gig.
There you go. Secret Service guy on Paradise.
And by the way, Rob was in season 2 of The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix.
I loved season 1. I started season 2, and then I haven't watched much TV lately. But I okay. How many episodes? One?
Just the one.
That's the one. My stepdaughter works on that show, so I was a bit. They was going to use Derek Fisher, but she's like, no, Rob likes the show. Use Robert, so they used me.
Derek Fisher's too short to be on the show.
yeah. He doesn't have the stage presence you do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. I like that show.
That bald head be shining too much. It's more me.
Yeah. Too much makeup.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She was awesome back in the day. What's her name?
Yeah.
Nev Campbell.
Yeah.
Do you have to go, buddy? Are you got time? Or are you good?
I
got a few
I got 3 minutes before the end of the half.
All right, so we'll blast through these next couple questions. What is the best monster in fiction? I think it's the Cerberus, the three-headed monster from Hades. Quick, go.
Best monster in fiction?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a Marvel guy, so so that's a good question though. But you know what? I gotta go with. Who am I gonna go with? Is Godzilla considered a monster?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going with
Absolutely.
Godzilla.
Yep.
Okay. Scoop's answer is Hillary Clinton. So that's that. We'll get to the rest of his answers later because we got to clear this. And then last moment when the teacher left the biggest impression on you.
Say that again.
What was the moment when a teacher left a lasting impression on you?
This is no lie. I'm going back to Miss Sperling in my English class where she was telling me, she kept marking on my paper that this will not fly at Alabama. You will not go far if you keep writing papers like this. And I was getting pissed because it was like coming back with all these red inks on. But I think Miss Sperling made me realize I have to use my full mental capacity, put my whole heart into what I want to achieve. So that was that one. So Miss Sperling.
All right, listen.
Awesome.
Robert Horry, everybody. Robert, we know you got to get into halftime. Big Shot Bob, new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Jenner's is all producer. That's
There
how
it is.
Big game James telling me
That's James Worthy.
Big yes.
You ain't got to go to work, man.
Jumping James
He's
Worthy.
got work. James going to cut him off.
You got time for all this bullshit. You got to go to work.
Oh, my goodness.
Love you, James.
Game night.
Love you, James Worthy. Later, guys. Thank you.
All right,
Good
Rob.
boys. Thank you.
Love you,
Hey, let's
buddy.
do this again,
Take care,
guys.
man.
I love it.
Please.
Man.
Yeah,
And we
please.
need to
Thank
talk
you.
about the youth some more.
There
We
you
will.
go.
Next time.
Thank you,
All
my
right.
man. Take care.
Later, brother.
All right, guys.
Love
See
you,
ya.
bud. See you.
Later.
He's
Bro.
the best.
Nice.
He is the best, but how
He's
cool is
awesome.
that jumping James Worthy?
James
We ain't got
Worthy
time
at
for
the end.
this
We ain't got time
bullshit.
for this shit. What are you gonna do? We got
We
work
gotta
to
get
do.
that. We gotta get that on a quote. You gotta put that on the quote text. You gotta
I'll
put that
get
on a
James
quote
Worthy.
text.
Put him on the
James Worthy on the Orange Bowl boys said,
Oh my
"We ain't got
God.
time for this bullshit." It's bullshit.
Big Game
It's a-
James. Big Game James is joining us next week for Rob's show.
Nice.
So he'll be on us. We have episode 200 of Rob's show next week.
Nice.
Oh, congratulations!
We just passed 4 years doing that show. So
Well, congratulations.
yeah, so we'll have Big
Amazing.
Game James on next week. We'll get
Well,
to that.
Lakers were down 8-2 at the half.
Yeah, they're not doing well.
Yeah, not
It's
doing
not
well.
good. It's not good.
Oh, no, this is not good.
No, it's really not.
That was good, man.
We
Oh,
could
we were-
have him on like
Right.
once a month and never finish anything.
No.
No.
There's-
No.
You know what I mean?
listen,
Like, there's like we didn't even talk about anything.
No. Again, this is why we've been doing the show together for 4 years. We never finish a thought. We still got stuff to do every week.
I mean, we talked
we
to him
gotta
for
do
an
some
hour.
more
We didn't talk to
questions
him
there,
about shit.
Say it again, Toasty.
Got to do like questions 4 and 5 for the rest of us.
I know that's what I was just about to
yeah.
interject. All right, so here we go. Moment when a teacher, and then we'll go back to the best monster in fiction. Moment when a teacher left your lasting impression. Bob's was obviously at Alabama, telling him he's got to write better papers. But go ahead.
Teacher lasting impression. I don't know about the last. All I know is my favorite teacher was Miss Moran in 4th grade.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I don't know why. She was also probably the most attractive teacher of all time as well.
Right when Toast was coming into his own, right? Like fourth grade.
You know,
Oh, this is awkward.
yeah,
Why am I thinking about my teacher at night?
yeah, I know. Moaning.
I mean, besides the reason why I got the scar in my right
Word
hand.
to your
'cause I went
mother.
Where's your teacher?
I mean, that was a lasting impression when my second grade nun hit me in my hand with a ruler, and my dad
Yeah.
threatened her life.
Mhm.
I remember Mr. Moss in St. Thomas. He was just a cool teacher. I think the lasting impression is just like how down to earth, and like he was just the guy. And he called me out in class one time too. He goes, "Marcy Anthony, where you at?" I go, "Here." He goes, "Can we talk about this? I know this is not a math class, but when the 4th quarter comes out, why do you put up 2 4s? There's not 8 quarters." And that always stuck with me. So now when you go to a Miami Hurricane game and you see that guy putting up 2 4s, I'm like, put one down. Put one down. It's only 4. Scoopy
right.
can't think back that far.
Look, I'm having I remember a couple teachers in elementary school, really none in middle school. and quite a few in high school. I mean, I think I had, but I don't remember any specific moments. I think my favorite teacher in high school was probably my trigonometry teacher. I was a math guy. He used to kick me out of class 3 days a week to go sit in the hall because I just couldn't shut the fuck up. And but it was right before lunch, so I would just leave. And I never got in trouble for it. So, I mean, that was a lot of fun. You know what? I'll tell you this. My psychology teacher, my senior year, was awesome. And I don't really like psychology at all. And she was great. She was great. I did have a couple of bad experiences. All in English, though.
I had to testify against one of my teachers.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's what happens when you go to an all-boys school.
No, this is before the old boys school. This is middle school.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You had to testify in middle school?
Yeah, so my 7th grade teacher
What?
was crazy. And she was to the point that she had this like brain surgery, and she would ask us to come up and feel the scar indentations in her skull, like through her hair, of like where like they had like removed her skull to like do the brain surgery. And she was absolutely nuts. So anyways, she got fired for being crazy. And so she sued the school system. And for some reason, I had to like, and a number of other students, we had to like go give depositions in it. So I had to come back. And I was in high school, so I had to come back. But yeah, so I had to testify against the teacher.
Did you like tell them like you felt her brain matter and shit?
No, but no, what happened is what I took away from the deposition was the friggin' lawyer for her decided to just tear me apart by looking at my resume and my scholastic record and being, because he knew my dad is a lawyer. He said, "Really, you're his son?" And then like, she like would, he daydreams a lot. So he would use that. It was a very, she was nasty, dude.
She was taking you down as a witness.
He was taking me down.
Middle school.
You got cross-examined as a 7th grader, man.
What is
Oh my
happening?
god!
Yeah.
You just forget
real?
about 5 questions.
Yeah, it
Let's
was
talk
very
about
real.
deposition questions.
It was very real, man. It was
Deposition
freaking
questions.
insane. Yeah.
Oh
There
my
was, like,
goodness.
7 of us. And this lawyer tore us all apart. Like she like
Daydreams.
all of us, like they weren't, like they were daydreamers. They would pass notes in class and like,
Yeah, I was a daydreamer in her class because she sucked.
she asked me to feel the scars on her head, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
So the funny thing about you guys talking about 1990 and the UNLV season.
well, let me just mention, Drew.
Her
I
canyon.
forgot that he missed the fucking shot.
Well, obviously, clearly you didn't
You
bring it
don't-
up knowing
you-
that he missed
no
the
fucking-
shot.
You
Yeah,
brought
oh
on
my
Big Shot
God.
Bob just to talk about the shot he didn't make.
No, my whole thing was like that game was the first time I ever believed that God decided who was going to win.
I think he was okay with it after
I think he was.
he realized
Holy
that you were
Jesus.
somewhat harmless.
Yeah.
Holy Christ!
I saw
He
you
did
swimming
say-
out of that.
he
You did a
did
good
say,
job.
Are you talking
Oh, the
about
one
when
I
I missed the shot?
Yeah.
You're
No.
like, oh no.
I was going to
didn't mean
relate this to the last question. That was the year I had, and this goes back to the to my English stuff. So I'm a very good writer, as some of you may know, but I'm a terrible reader. Right? I don't comprehend things well at all, and I've always been that way. So I was on like a vacation, and I remember that it was the Final Four of that year. And it was UNLV and Duke, I believe. I don't think they played in the finals, right? I think they played in the Final Four.
Duke won the next year, beat them.
Got it. Yes. So anyway, so we're on a little bit of vacation, and I had to do this book report. And I loved this book. I don't know why I loved the book. I think it was a sophomore. Loved the book. Had to do a book report on the book. Read the whole book. Couldn't put the book down on vacation. Did the whole book report. Got the book report back. Got a big fat D on it.
These nuts.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know why I even bother with this stupid shit. Like I knew exactly what I was doing, and it was awful. Right? So then my junior year, I get a English teacher that I do another book report. And I thought it was pretty decent. Probably not as good as the one before. You know what I got on it?
An A.
I think I've told you this before. A 0.
No.
Yeah. Turned it in. A whole report.
On a
Bitch
book
gave
you
me
actually
a
read.
0.
On the basis it was that bad?
Evidently, I don't know.
We got to track this down. We got to.
You read
Why
the
didn't you
book.
give?
Yeah, you read the
Scoop.
wrong
Yeah, you
book,
read the wrong
obviously,
book.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she didn't even give you the opportunity to figure
Incredible.
out why you got the zero.
I was like, wait, what? Like, I mean, you know what I am good at? Really good at numbers, and I know that zero is not appropriate for this situation.
My
What
name
about-
alone earns me at
Yeah.
least 10 points.
I mean,
What about you, Jenners? What about a teacher? Lasting impression on you.
Mine's easy, but it's simple. But when I was in high school, one of our science teachers was our track coach, and he used to make us run this lap around the park across the street. And there was a shortcut through the park that you could take and avoid having to run like an extra half a mile. And he would catch us taking the shortcut, and he would always just tell us, "Okay, how far do you think you're gonna get in life taking shortcuts? How many of these miles did you not run because you kept taking that shortcut?" And I was like, yeah, but I'm tired. I don't want to do that. But the whole idea of, and I think about it all the time, is I could take the shortcut, or I can do it the right way.
Yeah, there you
And-
go. See,
amazing.
you
Oh, look
relate.
at that.
It's
Good
something
stuff.
that you literally relate to life.
I think of it all,
All
the
the
time.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I try to shortcut something, I'm like, nope, do it the right way.
So one last question, and we'll name it because we got to get out of here. But this has been an amazing show, boys. Thank you. We asked it to Bob. We didn't answer it ourselves. But is there a big shot replacement? What shot would you wish in its respective sport you took? Now, obviously, our guest, Big Shot Bob, took a lot of big. I think I want to be Joe Montana in the catch. I want to be there for that. I want to be the guy throwing the ball in the catch.
I want to Dwight Clark.
Mhm.
Scoop.
That even had a name.
I'm thinking.
Catch.
Dude, I'll take Rob's shot over the Kings any day. Because that was a huge comeback by the Lakers in that game. And then he's not even supposed to have the ball, and he hits that shot. And then he gets mobbed by Kobe and Shaq, and like iconic.
I mean, there's a couple different ones. You know, I can go with Dave Roberts' stolen base against the Yankees that, you know, down 0-3 that got that first win in the ALCS that led to the 4 straight wins in the comeback. But I'll be honest, I think I'd want to kind of go back. Bro, Marshawn Lynch against the New Orleans Saints with the earthquake touchdown run where he's stiff-arming guys like to the ground and then finishes off doing the backflip in grabbing his junk. That was kind of, that's a great moment.
Shot that you wish you could take.
Two for me, I'm not trying to say is the MJ shot when he just jumps up, makes
right?
it, and then starts swinging his arm.
Yeah.
Was that the
Utah.
Jazz or the?
Yeah, against
Yeah,
Utah.
that was
Or was
Yeah.
that against the Cavs?
Or was it
The Cavs, I
the
think.
Cavs was the
Yeah,
one.
the
Yeah.
Cavs,
The
yeah.
Jazz
Yeah,
is the
Cavs-
shot where you've got him like
Right.
that,
Hanging
that
in the air.
iconic
Over
picture.
Mark
With the
Eaton or whatever.
push.
Yeah,
With the push.
Yeah, with
Yep.
the push off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be one of my favorite pictures in all of sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
time.
for me, picture I for basketball would be the Dwayne Wade LeBron one with the dunk and
with
him
the
That's
run
a great
and the-
coming under. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
spectacular.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I'm gonna go the Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky shot.
There you go.
Oh.
We're wearing the beret, getting the hug.
Good night.
I
No,
just
the one
saw a
under the
clip.
desk.
I
Oh, the
saw a
one under
clip
the desk.
online.
Oh,
This was
yeah.
before the incident when he saw her and they were like, he goes, "This is when it happens." Right? And he's flirting with her and you can see it go in real time. It's like he was a dog.
Mhm.
Slap that wiener, wrap that wiener, tap that wiener.
Oh, she
Chronic
did.
dick.
She got it.
Chronic.
Listen,
Anyways.
it's the life lesson, man. You never come on their closes. On the close, you can't.
Closes.
On the closes.
Come on,
It's
the
closing
closes.
time.
Closes.
I will
On the
not. I
closing.
will not put that down as a show title.
Okay.
No, it's a good one though. Never
But you
come on the
have put on
closes.
some show titles, so let us hear it.
All right. Well, the first one I wrote down was Feety pajamas. I don't know why I wrote that down. The ACC is his fire hydrant. Cocaine in their mouthpiece.
Mhm.
Chewy tapioca balls.
Yeah.
Good one.
Word to your mother. And a head like a Rottweiler. I don't even know why I wrote that down. So those are the ones I had written down.
Chewy tapioca balls.
And
Chewy tapioca balls.
I also like word to your mother too.
Word to your mother.
All right, we'll go chewy tapioca balls.
All right. So who do we got next week? We have another guest.
Sure.
Who
Yeah,
do
we
you
have
know
we
who
have
that
we
is?
have a few different people we're trying to nail down here.
All right,
trying to get our next one lined up here, but it's
Okay.
starting to lean in the direction of Adam Carolla.
Oh,
Oh,
That would be fun.
nice. She's still doing a podcast?
Yeah, he still does the
Okay.
Adam Carolla show. Yeah, like 2.5 hours a day or something.
Holy
He puts out. Oh yeah,
So
no,
he's
it's
doing, he's
long
doing a
show.
radio show.
Yeah, he's basically doing radio.
He's doing a Rogan. Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
I wonder if him and Jimmy Kimmel still talk.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
They went
Talking
like
about
this.
two guys that just went opposite.
Totally opposite directions.
I mean, dude, the Man Show.
The Man Show. Exactly. That was iconic.
appropriate, but fun.
I mean, they're like intro outro things was just having girls randomly jump on a trampoline.
They did a bit once, one of the best bits ever, where they set up a table like just outside where they're getting a petition signed to end women's suffrage. And everyone just assumed that suffrage meant, well, suffering. So yes, I'll sign this. And then this lady comes up like, why would you sign this? It takes away our rights and everything. It was fucking
No, my all-time favorite Man Show bit was the drunk pilots.
Oh, there you
Where they
go.
were
Oh,
at the
goodness.
airport in full pilot gear, just walking through the airport
Yeah,
hammered. I mean, just drinking and just, oh, God. People freaking out.
Ah, the good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offensive comedy.
No, that'll be fun. He's
All right.
entertaining for sure.
As always, go Canes.
Yo!
Bange.